Right friends, welcome back to mini capsule. This is with regard to one article in the Hindu, and the author clearly feels that it is necessary for India to join OBOR initiative of China, and that's why I kept it as join OBOR a view, and we presented a capsule last week, that is Belt and Road Initiative and India. And there I have given all the details with regard to the genesis of issue. At the same time, what is meant by Silk Road Economic Belt and 21st century Maritime Silk Road. These things we deliberated there, and at the same time, there we have deliberated already problematic issues between India and China. First one is China's position on nuclear suppliers group, Arunachal Pradesh issue with regard to boundary, Masood Azhar issue, then stapled visas for the people from Arunachal Pradesh, objection to Dalai Lama's visit, changing the maps as well as names of the places showing Arunachal Pradesh as part of China. So, these are the contentious issues, and another important aspect is sovereignty issue is also involved with regard to the CPEC passing through Gilgit-Baltistan area. So, because of all these reasons, it may not be that easy for India to join BRI initiative of China. So, this we discussed pros and cons and all the aspects in that particular capsule. And now an article is presented in the Hindu, and the author strongly feels that India must join BRI, and he put forth 6 important aspects. So, that's why I kept it as a view, and please see BRI forum, a view for India to join it. So, the news report is China is conducting BRI forum in Beijing on May 14th, and 28 leaders are participating, and 110 nations are sending their representatives, but India is not sending the representative. And under these circumstances, the author feels that there is a view for India to join OBOR or BRI. Here, India's response, I am talking about his point of view. He raised 6 aspects, and all the 6 aspects, of course, thought-provoking. And the first point is India's response must be based on long-term interests. India cannot sit in isolation. Short-term concerns should not be the reason. And BRI, Belt and Road Initiative, already has contracts for over $1 trillion, covering over 60 countries, and it is increasing areas of cooperation among the countries. And the author feels that India can join and push for southern node through India, and at the same time a digital Asia can be planned. Probably India can lead this digital Asia. So, the author feels that India should join One Belt One Road initiative, and here India can become the southern node. At the same time, India can push for digital Asia. India cannot be a $10 trillion economy by 2032 without integrating itself with the growing Asian markets. And at the same time, it is also essential to link its supply, manufacturing and market networks, right? This is the first point of view. Then if you look at the next point, it is essential to develop common standards with the fastest growing economies in Asia. The author feels most important aspect is Bangladesh, Vietnam, Indonesia. For such countries, it is most important to facilitate trade, investment and business engagement, and if India joins OBOR, it will immensely benefit India to develop market linkages with countries like Vietnam, Bangladesh, Indonesia, as well as several countries situated in Asia. Then the third point is OBOR offers a new cooperation framework in South Asia to face global challenges. There are several global challenges, and South Asia can fight unitedly, and new cooperation framework can be devised if one looks at sharing of meteorological reports, then region specific climate research, then Aadhaar digital experience. All these things can be shared in South Asia, and security concerns can also be addressed if all the countries come forward. Then the next point is thought leadership provides an avenue for increasing the global influence, and the author says Hinduism and Buddhism spread to East and Southeast Asia with commerce, and shared prosperity must be the new mantra in the 21st century, and the same principle dominated till 1800s, and up to 1820 or so, India was the world's richest country, right? Then if you look at the next one, countries are now gaining influence based on strength of their economy rather than might of the military. So, the strength of the economy is very important. India plans to become $10 trillion economy by 2032. So, under these circumstances, India cannot remain in isolation. India still sees the re-emergence of China through a security prism, but now the situation calls for new alliances. The author suggests an alliance can be with Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, so this area, and at the same time to create a two-front dilemma for our western neighbor. So, if India forges good relations with these countries, at the same time with China, the author feels that it will become two-front dilemma for our western neighbor, means Pakistan. But the important point to note is, it is not that easy to establish a relationship with China, and another important aspect is, it is also not that easy to reduce the strengthening bonds between Pakistan and China, because already $50 billion or around $50 billion is going to be invested by China in Pakistan. So, the natural bonds will increase in near future. Then almost all the countries in Asia except Japan embraced the BRI initiative, and India requires new approaches to secure our own re-emergence. And if you look at the last point, China is knitting together the Asian market with the roads, railways, ports and fiber optics. As the world economy is expected to triple by 2050, Asia will have half of the global wealth. So, under these circumstances, and at the same time, US is withdrawing from Trans-Pacific Partnership, and China is seeking to fill the vacuum following the decision of USA as far as trade agreement or multilateral trade agreement is concerned, and India should not sit idle. So, India should also make the move to become part of the Asian century. So, this is the predominant view of the author. So, author strongly feels India should be a part of OBOR, then only India will also prosper. And as I have already told you, there are several issues pertaining to China, and how India balances with both the views, that is the question to answer by India, right? So, with this, let us conclude this mini capsule. Have a nice day. Thank you.